Looking out here at the Corning Sky Cam, things have calmed down in Steuben County, but for a lot of us here over the last couple of hours, we can see plenty of rainfall throughout the region, and temperatures really didn't have much to go here throughout the day, really hovering in those low to mid 60s, mainly plateauing in the early afternoon. We reached a high of 64 at the Elmira Corning Regional Airport. Started out pretty chilly, down in the 30s, but overall we're looking at temperatures stick around in the 50s, so we're going to stay on the mild side here for at least a little bit longer. And this will at least carry over into the rest of the evening. Temperatures are expected to drop down into the 40s, but first we'll take a look at the radar. We can see, of course, the rain impacting us, a little bit of this moisture just continuing to advect northward. And we're still going to see more rain here later into the evening and the very early morning hours of Sunday, but a lot of rain still impacting the Carolinas, parts of southern Virginia. This coastal low pressure bringing in some flooding concerns to a lot of the tidewater states right now. But for us, we are still dealing with this cluster of rain showers, and you can see some heavier bands embedded within this structure, and still plenty of areas, especially parts of Chemung. Now, Tioga County, Owego getting quite a bit of rain here. Over towards the Binghamton area, pretty much all of Bradford County, Schuyler, Tompkins County, also dealing with a lot of rain, but noticeable gaps over towards Steuben and the western portion of Tioga County. Route 15 serving as almost like a good indication there of who's getting rain and who's not. Everywhere east of it, still dealing with quite a few showers this evening. Tomorrow, we are going to actually have a gap in the rain. We're still going to have some to start the day as temperatures climb up into the mid 60s thanks to a few gaps in the clouds, allowing for some sunshine to break through. Actually going to be fairly dry and calm for the daytime, but as the evening hours come around, then we're going to start to see more rain come in and then more cold air as well, down into the 50s for Monday. Afterwards, high pressure rolls in. We're back up into the 60s air for Tuesday. But we can see here after this rain passes through here in the evening, we've got more of it headed through in the very early morning. Starts to shift a little bit to the west. But then once that rolls through, plenty of time. We're not really going to be dealing with much rain until the evening. Right around sunset, or at least a little bit before, we'll start to see rain shift in from the south and east. A few bands rolling through on Sunday, and then on Monday, a lot more widespread. And this will start to really push in, bring in some more rain, and things are expected to calm down by the end of the day on Monday. Rainfall amounts still variable across the region, but as you go day by day, it becomes a little bit more widespread in the amounts. We're thinking at least more around the range of ½ an inch to 3/4 of an inch, but a few areas could see around 1 inch localized. But again, the vast majority of us going to end up in that ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch range here. That's still to come. Forecast a high of 66. The actual high was 64 at the Elmira Corning Regional Airport. It is, of course, going to be another $5 for our charity of the month. Tonight, we're heading down to 49. Still seeing a few showers roll through the evening, but a good chunk of Sunday, is going to be actually fairly pleasant before more rain falls in the evening. Looking ahead the next couple of days into the 50s by Monday with more rain on the way. But after that, cool, dry, calm, high pressure rolls in. We get almost more of the same like we saw last week. Temperatures in the 60s and 50s. Handful of low temperatures, though. They're going to be in the 30s.